Hello everyone, welcome to Mean Life Studies. In this video, we are going to solve one more SQL interview problem as part of roundup series. You can see here that is question number 21. Written the percentage of earnings contributed by the top two highest earners in the family. It is given a family members table having different information like ID, name and earnings per month. And now we have to find percentage of earnings contributed by the top two highest earners in the family. So how we can solve this problem? First, you have to find the top two highest earners from the given table, and then you have to add all those earnings amount, and after that you have to divide it by the total earnings for the entire family, right? So that is how we are going to solve this problem. So if we know like all earnings are distinct, then we can easily select, we can easily consider top n class. Otherwise we have to consider, we don't know how many people, for example, we don't know how many people are earning the same amount, right? Therefore we have to return top two by using window function, right? For example, if you have thousands of records, in out of thousands of records, we don't know how many people are, how many records having the same, right? So therefore you are going to assign the rankings on the basis of their earnings, and you are going to return top two highest earnings, and then you are going to do the same process. Okay, let's see how we are going to solve this problem in SSMS. You can see here, these are the table creation and data insert statement. I'll mention this, I'm going to share this in description box, you can find it from there. And this is the given problem. And now if you observe, this is the data. So what we have to find? We have to find the percentage of earnings contributed by the top two highest earners in the family. So first we'll see, so assume all earnings are distinct, right? So if all, so because we are just considering 6 records, and we know like all are distinct. So that's why you can easily consider top two, right? Select top two from family members. So in which order? We are trying to find the top two highest, right? So you have to mention order by earnings per month in descending order, so that you will be getting top two highest earning employed, that is family members details, right? You can see here, these are the two family members who is getting highest amount, right? The top two. So after that, what we have to do? We have to add these two values, and then we have to divide this value with the total earnings from the all family members, right? So now I'm just storing this in city with city as this one. After that, what we have to find? We have to find the total amount of these two people, that is earnings amount, right? I'm just using earnings per month for these two people, that is from city. Okay, so now if I execute this one, spelling mistake. Now if I execute this one, that's going to return the amount of the top two highest earnings members, right? So this is the top two highest earning members, right, amount. So after that, what we have to do? We have to divide this value with the total amount from the entire family. So that's why I'm just using divided by. I'm just using subquery here. Select sum of earnings per month for, from which table? We have to consider family members table, right? So if you are considering family members table, that's going to consider all family members earnings, right? So that is written total of all family members earnings, and then we are dividing with, right? So now if I execute this one, you can see here we are getting 0 because of all are integer. So that's why we are not getting. Let's see here, if I use percentage, I'm multiplying with 100. Okay, even if you want to float also, you can see here I'm just using 100.0. Now you can see here it's returning a value, right? So this is a percentage of top two highest earning employees contribution in the family, right? So because you need to understand here, we just assume that all earnings are distinct in the family. So that's why we directly consider top n class. Otherwise, what we have to do? We have to assign rankings, and then we have to return how many people are earning them in top two salaries, and you have to do the same process. Let's see that also. First, I'm just returning all data, assigning the rankings. You can also use range rank, right? Because we don't know how many people are having the same, right? Same amount. So that's why I'm just using range rank over in which order we are trying to find the top two highest, right? So you have to mention order by earnings per month in descending order, right? From family members table. So now if I execute this one, that's going to return like us. We are allocating rankings on the basis of these salaries from highest to lowest, right? So what we have to return? We have to return top two, right? So that's the reason I'm just using city with city as this one. And after that, we are going to just returning select star from So even if whatever the data you want to return, you can mention ID, name, and earnings per month from CTE, where you are going to mention, I'm going to mention this as DRNK. Okay, DRNK, where DRNK is less than or equal to 2, right? So now if I execute this one, that's going to return the top 2 highest earners from the family members, right? So after that, what we have to do, same thing, same process, right? So now I'm going to consider here another CTE1 as this one. Now same process, I'm just using sum of earnings per month from CTE1. Okay, so now if I execute this one, that's going to return the top 2 highest earners total salaries, right? I mean total earnings amount. After that, what we have to do, we have to divide it by selecting total earnings from the entire family, right? Earnings per month from family members, right? So that we are just considering the total earnings from family members. Okay, so now if I execute this one, you can see here it's going to return 0, right? So now what we have to do, we have to return the percentage, right? So that's why I'm just using 100.0. So now if I execute this one, you can see here it's written like 65.6%, like those top 2 highest earners contribution in the family. Okay, I hope you understood. So this is the case when we have all earnings are distinct, but we don't know in real world scenarios, we don't know how many people are having the same earnings, right? So we have to consider the top 2 highest earners. It could be same. For example, in a family 5 members are there, so 1 comma 2 comma 3 members are earning the same amount, right? For example, 20,000. So we have to consider these 3 salaries, because I mean this is 20,000. For example, next one, fourth person earning 80,000, all right, 18,000. So now we have to consider the top 2, in the sense all 4 members salary we have to consider, because these are the top 2 highest earners only, right? Top 2 highest earning details, right? So after that, you have to add all the salaries divided by the total salaries from the entire family, right? So that is how we are going to consider all these values, and then we are going to divide it by total earnings from the entire family. I hope you understood.